Hello friends, this is P. Diddy, and I'm here to present you with a video I'd like to call What Not to Do in Japan While Picking Up Chicks. When I went to Japan about 5 years ago, I had a lot of preconceived notions of what would work when picking up babes, and a lot of that information I got off the internet. Searching, Googling stuff like how to pick up girls in Japan, how to get girls in Japan, how to get girls when traveling abroad, stuff like that, etc. Some of that information was helpful. Other parts of it backfired on me. And I'd like to pass on some of the information that I gleaned from it and stop you guys from making some of the stupid mistakes I did when talking to girls. I'm going to start off with one point. It would be, don't be too overtly sexual or overtly sexually aggressive with the girls you're trying to hit on in Japan. I tried to take some advice that I heard on one website. It said, oh, you can just say anything you want to a Japanese girl. Like, you can say, oh, let's just go have sex or this or that. I decided to try that out on some girl that should have been down for that kind of thing. I went to a gaijin bar in Kyoto and ended up dancing with this girl for like a long time, which led to some heavy petting and eventually led to me getting her number. Next day, she texted me saying, oh, hey, the reason why I want to hang out with you is so I can learn English. I don't want love or whatever. And I said, yeah, you can speak to me all you want if you just, and this was the mistake right here, if you just have sex with me. Looking back on that, I think that was a mistake. I think what she was doing was just giving me a shit test to see if I was a huge pervert. I think if I had been a little less aggressive and just met up with her anyway, it probably could have worked out in my favor in the end. But, yeah, I just wanted to test out that info that somebody on the internet had given me, and it didn't work out at all. Let's see. Another thing would be, don't touch girls who might not be ready, and also don't set up physical barriers between you and the girl you're trying to mac on or hook up with. This one girl that I met through the university I was going to, she was obviously interested in me. I mean, I'm not the most attractive guy in the world, but, gaijin typically get a couple points added to their hotness scale, hotness meter, just because they're gaijin. So, she was pretty cute, and I decided to ask her out on a date. We go to this place called the Hub, I think, in Kyoto. And there we have a couple beers, and we sat directly across from each other, which just didn't set up the right kind of vibe. It was kind of a standoffish situation, and it's not the kind of atmosphere you want to try to cultivate with a hot girl. You want them to feel comfortable with you, and it's very hard to do that when you're like in an interrogation kind of situation. Also, it's very hard to make somebody feel comfortable with you when you don't speak their language very well. So, don't bear down on a girl. Try to keep things light. Girls want to talk about flowers and furry, funny things, stuff that makes them feel good inside, stuff that is easy to grasp. They like to talk about their emotions. It's better to talk about things like that than like, what do you do? What do you like to be? Where do you see your life going in 5 years? Don't talk about those kinds of things. They just distract from what the girl really wants to hear. Yeah. Don't set up physical barriers between you and her. If anything, if you're going to be meeting up with a girl, go someplace where you can sit next to her instead of having a table in between you. Anytime you can get to a physical contact where it's easy to touch her when she's ready, once you're comfortable with each other, it's awesome to start to put those things into the dynamic. Don't be too intellectual. Don't bring up all your interests. Don't make yourself try to look too cool. That won't work when the other person can't really understand your language. Okay. Here's one. Don't be too eager. My friend Tomohiko, who is a guy I met at the university I went to, he told me this trick. Japanese girls are easy to get. All you have to do is just wait 3 days. The first day, you get their number. The second day, you call them, you say, "Oh, hello, I love you." And the third day, you bang them. But you can't do it on the first day. That's what he said. He said, Japanese girls aren't like that. It's a 3-day process. That's what he said, 3 days. I followed his advice. Third day, guess what? Bam! Yeah, thank you, Tomohiko. The reason why he told me this advice was because he saw me crash and burn with this one chick. I got all up in her face, trying to be, the aggressive gaijin, do the gaijin smash and take what I wanted, without taking no for an answer, and just scared the girl off. Despite how drunk she was. Yeah, so don't do that. Another thing, don't involve other people in your fun with the girl. If you're going to do anything with a Japanese girl, it'd be isolate her. Get her to a place where it's just you and her. Maybe a restaurant, maybe a movie theater, something that only involves you and her in the interaction. I made the mistake of trying to bring one of my fellow ryugakusei, foreign exchange students, into our hangout, into me and this girl's hangout one time. And despite the fact that the person was a transsexual, he ended up trying to take my girl from me. And when he realized he couldn't do that, he tried to sabotage my getting with the girl by saying, he told the girl, "Oh yeah, he wants to do something with you, like," he started, making, me look like a pervert. So, needless to say, I wanted to slap the shit out of that guy, and I wanted to get out of there as soon as possible with my girl intact and not thinking I'm a total creep. And probably last but not least is don't get too drunk with your girl. The best luck I had was when I was not drinking alcohol at all. If you can look like you're the one in control, that's definitely a good thing. Maybe you should get the girl drunk, or let her have a couple drinks. Get her feeling a little flushed, a little hot, a little blushy in the face, and she's probably going to be a lot more likely to want to talk to you and get to know you a little better, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, just take those tips as what they are, and that's just some simple advice from a guy that's been to Japan and has had a lot more luck since he left than he did while he was there. So, thanks a lot.